start recording. Boom. Welcome, guys. Happy Cinco de Mayo. Who's here? Who is with us? Who's right here? He's got his D out. We just started, and already he's got his D out. So, Guardian.
I just can't resist. I just whip it out anytime. Now I just whip it out. It's become a bigger star than me, that D. I seriously, I've gained so many new viewers because of my D. I'm not saying it's going to work. It's just silly. But it just works.
But it's an idea, guys. If you stream with your D out, you may have a better growth. It
doesn't matter the size, because sometimes I have a little D with me as well. You know, sometimes a little D.
But it's still capitalized. It's still capitalized. It's still capitalized.
Hey, sometimes you also got to show the TTs.
Oh, there we go.
There you go.
Boom. We've already got the big D out, the little D, the TDs. Let's go. I mean,
my God, it's not even a minute in. I can't believe it.
What's a better way to start this off? But so tell us a little bit about yourself, Guardian Outpost. I mean, more people are gonna probably know about you than me. But seriously, you are honestly, guys, and I'm not even blowing smoke up your ass. This guy literally has based his entire community around a hashtag, and that hashtag is hashtag support smaller streamers.
Yeah.
And with that, it is crazy. It's become a phenomenon. Many people look to it. I see it on Twitter. I see it on
Instagram, Snapchat. It's everywhere.
Everywhere. Literally, this guy.
There's people in the UK that have made T-shirts and rubber bands, which is fine. I remember somebody came up to me like, "Hey, there's this group that they're selling T-shirts and rubber bands." I'm like, "Dude, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter." I mean, it was my gift to the Twitch community. It came out of left field for real. I've told this story a million times, and I don't know if people here have heard it. But the goal was never, like, I had in the back of my mind that I was going to stream one day, because I used to watch Goth and I used to watch Broman and T-Rex and all these guys, and I had a media background, a radio background. I said, one day maybe I'll Twitch stream. This seems like it's something that'll be up my alley, but I wasn't even thinking about it. I was just doing my research and seeing what it was about, but I was just kind of, doing my own thing. I had just gotten fired from a job, so I was like, man, for budgetary reasons, not because I sucked at my job. I'm a hard worker, as you can tell by everything that I do. So I just one day I was surfing the directory, and I just ran into a bunch of people that I've never heard of. I'm like, who is this kid? He's hilarious. Who's this guy? He's hilarious. And so I was watching these streams, and dude, out of nowhere, I just clicked their link, went to Twitter. Hey, check out this guy. Hashtag support smaller streams. Boom, it blew up. Changed my life. I eventually got into streaming because everybody kept telling me, why don't you stream? Why don't you stream? I was waiting for the right opportunity. Waiting. Everybody, I read a book by N64 Josh that says people make more excuses why not to do something than to do something. People make more excuses why not to chase their dreams than to chase their dreams, because everybody has dreams. Everybody wants to, whatever. You want to be a lawyer. You want to be a doctor. You want to be an athlete. You want to be a streamer. More people are afraid of being of failing. So you make more excuses. My wife one day just told me, and I've said this a million times. My wife one day told me, stop being a fucking pussy and stream already. Boom, and that's how it happened. I just turned on my Xbox console, and bam, and here we are, man. And the rest, as they say, is history. I mean, a struggle, a grind, but history nonetheless.
Well, that's awesome, man. So if you had to narrow it down, when did you feel, because last week we talked about getting into streaming, right?
Yeah.
So I know you said you were contemplating it. Your wife said stop being a pussy, get into it, whatever, right? You were already starting to try to help people grow. When was the moment you realized, like, you know what, I'm going to hit the start broadcast button? And when you did it, were you streaming from a console, or did you have like a good PC kind of already set together where you were just
tried. My wife had an old MacBook Pro, and I went prior to streaming. In fact, the same time DestinyCon 1, while it was going on, I was in Las Vegas. I was in Vegas with my father-in-law, and I was working out there with him, and I made a little money. And I came back and said, I'm going to buy myself an Elgato and see what's going on. And I tried plugging it into my wife's laptop. I did the whole setting. Dude, it was a nightmare because my wife's laptop was shitty. The stream was all buffery. So I just, you know what? Hit stop stream, turned on my console and hit stream. And dude, 10 people showed up for my first stream. I couldn't believe it. 10. We got up to like 15 and I couldn't believe it. Like that's what it was. I turned it on and I was hooked from the beginning, but it was really the people clamoring for it. The people clamoring, everybody that was supporting was like, "Why don't you?" Because what I was doing is I was playing with streamers. I would go up to Legendary Ladman and be like, "Hey, let me play with you." I would play with Kikol. I would play with all these streamers that I was supporting them. I call them my OGs, and I was playing. They were all telling me the same thing. You should stream. They're viewers. You should stream. Guardian, you should stream. Nobody knew my name was David yet. I hadn't said my name was David yet.
Okay.
Guardian, you should stream. Guardian,
I
you should
didn't even
stream.
know your name was David.
Name is David. I say it a million times a day. Cheers, salute. And that was it. Everybody was just clamoring. My wife pushed me over the top with those words, and boom, started streaming, and it was amazing. Like I said, 15 people the first stream that I had, 10 to 15 people. I'm like, that's amazing. Not many people do that. Not many people get that.
That is crazy. I'll tell you right now, not everybody gets that. I know I didn't, but again, I kind of was like on the outside of Twitch.
Yeah.
I was into Destiny. I did a lot in Destiny, played a lot of things, did a lot of things, try to help people, whatever. But out on the Twitch side of the realm, no, I was pretty much just like one of those guys that if first like literally created your account and said hi in somebody's channel, somebody'd be like, "Oh, hey, what's up?" and that was it. Nobody knew who I was, and that's okay. But that's awesome. So you got into kind of just helping other people, and then eventually turned it on.
Yeah, it was crazy because, people were already following my Twitch channel. I'm like, why are you guys following my Twitch channel? I'm not a streamer. So when I started, I already had 250 followers even before I started. And I'm like, why are you guys following my Twitch channel for? Like I'm not streaming. I just visit channels. That's all I did. I was just your quintessential supporter. All I was doing.
We're waiting.
Yeah, exactly. Where we know it's coming. So I because I went a lot of people do what you do, man. A lot of people do what you do. They just turn on the camera, turn on the Xbox or get the equipment and just go. And they don't know that there's actually a little road to it. The way I did it was I kind of paved a way, I guess.
Okay.
I kind of told people eventually I'll stream one of these days. And so then I kind of built the anticipation. Sort of like a WrestleMania, hey,
Yep.
WrestleMania is coming up in 6 months. Be ready. 5 months, 4 months, and by the time we get closer, Destiny Community Con is coming in 6 months, 4 months, 5. By the time it's here, everybody's like, yeah. So that's kind of what I did. I ramped it up, and that's what I did. I just networked my ass off, man. I networked my ass off, and that's tip number 1 that I'll say tonight, man. Networking has become the word du jour of Twitch streaming, man.
I love the fact that you said that. I love the fact that you said that because that's going to be like literally the perfect segue. After I asked this question, RC Bean in chat asked, when you started streaming, did you have a cam?
I did not. I streamed straight from my console, my Xbox One console. My Kinect was broken because my dog knocked it over and broke it. So I unplugged this. I didn't even have I don't have a Kinect anymore.
Can't take him anywhere.
Yeah, can't take that dog anywhere, man. Knocked it over, shattered the little glass on the camera. So even if I turned it on, it looks like split screen. And so I'm like, split screen. So I tried, because I'm like, oh, it's only the outside portion that's cracked. No, it turns out the inside is also cracked. So he just broke that thing. So no, you don't need a camera. There's plenty of people that stream for months without cameras. Still do without cameras.
That's true. That is true. I mean, like, for example, like I started with a cam.
Yeah.
And I started with a cam, but I was exactly like Guardian Outpost. I started off with a Kinect on my Xbox One. I only had an Xbox then.
And it's sad, man, because that Kinect camera is so good. I remember I used to use it all the time, before my dog broke it. I'm like, oh, man, this is because it's like super HD. It's like really good.
You blew it.
You blew it, dog.
Uh,
I'm this close to
But
put outside.
like I said, I did the same thing. I start off on my console, which is like a lot what we covered last week, getting into streaming. I always will make that suggestion before you go out and you spend the money and you get a computer and you get a microphone, a good microphone, whatever. I mean, there's always going to be improvements, even for somebody like me, and even somebody for Guardian. There's always going to be improvements. And look at somebody like Goth. Goth just got a new computer, and he's already like, all right, well, I'm here. What do I need to do to get here? And he's like, tweak, tweak, tweak. Hey guys, we're just gonna see where this goes, and we'll take it from there. And
The old
sometimes
adage,
it's
the old
yep.
adage that Homer Simpson said, kids, no matter how good you are at something, there's always a million people better than you.
Yep. And
So even Goth knows.
Yep.
And I've met Goth. I'm sure you've met Goth as well. Maybe.
I have not. I have not.
You have not met Goth?
No,
Well,
I
I've
don't
met
fly.
Goth, and I've met people close to him. He cares about the community, and he cares about his numbers, just like a person with 100 followers. He cares about his numbers. He cares about his numbers the same. He wants to put up the best stream possible and have the best stream possible and continue to grow. You think, how much more can he grow? He's got 5,000 people. I mean, some people are just never satisfied. You can never be satisfied here, man.
I don't think it's I don't think it's being satisfied. It's just striving to be better than today.
Exactly.
And if you have 4 viewers watching you, and next week you have 15 viewers watching you, you're like, I did something. Whatever it was, maybe you're not sure, maybe you know, but I did something. And the fact of the matter is, it's like, well, I went from 4 to 15. How do I get to 25 or 30 or 100 or 1,000 or 5,000 or shit 30,000? And that's like what a lot of today is going to be about. It's growing. It is literally growing your stream. And sometimes and this is where we're going to now take the segue, cuz Guardian said it better than I think anybody could say. A lot of it is networking. And I'm not telling you guys go out there and literally, if there's something you can get from today's podcast / rant, is do not go out.
Rant.
Yeah, do not go out to somebody like Goth or T-Rex or whoever and be like, "Yo, I'm a streamer."
You're barking up a sequoia. You're barking up a
exactly.
sequoia.
You know,
You got to go in your same area.
Exactly.
You got to know your area code. You know, you can't go if you live in Ratchetville, USA. Don't go to Beverly Hills and try to get people to be your friends over there. Go from Ratchetville, go next door to the other Ratchetville, to Ratchet Town, and be like, hey, let's hook up and try to make our place great. So what I'm saying is, if you are a streamer that gets 5 to 10 viewers, look around the directory. Oh, this guy gets 5 to 10 viewers. This gal gets 0 to 5. This guy gets 10 to 15. Let's all, go into his channel and be like, hey, what's going on? Nice to meet you. Interact. Don't full blown be like, I'm a streamer. Take it like if you're hitting on a girl. You just don't go up to her and say, hey, let's fuck. No, you go up to her, you talk, you make nice with her, maybe you even take her on a date, and then you do the thing, then you do the deed.
don't do a Guardian Outpost and show your D.
Yeah, don't be like, here's my deed, jump on it, woman. No, it's same thing. You go into their channel, and you be like, hey, nice to meet you. How you doing? You interact. You make yourself memorable to the streamer. So you be a positive contributor to the channel. You go into 9K's channel. Hey, man, what's up? Hey, nice to meet you. Oh, if he does something good in the stream, oh, man, that's awesome. And then you can ask him like little questions. Hey, man, who made your overlay? Hey, blah, blah, blah. And then if you interact a lot, streamers remember that. I remember a lot of people that interact. Then you know what? Look for 9K's Twitter and be like, dude, loved your stream. By the way, I'm a streamer too. Next time you go in there, 9K's gonna be like, oh, check out this guy, Guardian Outpost. I met him the other day. Turns out he's a streamer too. That's how it happens. It might not happen the next time you visit, because some streamers have like a rule or something that they won't give nobody shout outs for a while. But hey, keep putting the work. Go up to 9K. Let's say, you're in the same area code as 9K. Go up to 9K, go up to me, go up to others, and just make friends, and then eventually, like you say, just work your way to being able to be like, hey, I'm a streamer. Can we like, can can you visit my stream one day? Give me some tips. Tell me what you think. And then boom, that's right. And then as soon as they come into your channel, boom, relationship has started.
Exactly. And guys, if there's anything that I could stress, because I really feel like Guardian really said a lot of what I want to say. The one thing that I do want to say is don't ever forget where you came from. And what I mean by that is, so if you're right now just started streaming and you got 2 viewers, 5 viewers, 10 viewers, 30 viewers, right? And you start linking up with somebody, right? It's not a race. It's a marathon, right?
Yep.
And if you just start
A super marathon, not just a regular marathon. It's the super marathon
No
kind
doubt.
with
No
mountains,
doubt.
steep mountains,
No
in
doubt.
high altitude where it's tough to breathe sometimes.
But if you start to pull ahead, or they start to pull ahead, if they start to pull ahead, you hope they don't forget you. Especially if you help them and you always like, hey, you need somebody for the raid, you need somebody for PvP, whatever the game is. It doesn't even have to be Destiny, guys, because let's be realistic. There is, I know it's crazy to say, there are other games on Twitch.
You
outside
lie.
of Destiny.
You lie, sir. You lie.
What are you talking about? What is this? What is this?
As an aside, a quick
Crazy.
aside to that, there's always going to be, if you do end up growing faster than somebody, no matter how much you think you haven't changed, they're gonna think you've changed, and they'll like leave you sometimes. So, because there's been lots of people that I've helped along the way, and they don't come back, they haven't come back anymore, and I'm like, hey, what's going on? Why haven't you come back? Oh, well, things, and
Yep.
so there's always gonna be
There will be animosity. There will
always-
be. But if you,
I mean, I've never gotten into animosity. I've never gotten into fights with anybody.
yeah, no,
but
that's not what I'm
like-
saying. But
like-
I'm
yeah.
saying like somebody's like, well, I feel sometimes maybe that
Guardian doesn't need me anymore. He already has 100
exactly,
viewers in his
exactly,
stream.
Yep. And that's why I said don't forget where you came from. If you a lot of people who are successful, it a lot of it's luck. Realistically, a lot of it's luck. It's being in the right place at the right time, doing what you can, whatever. But
The right hashtag.
the right hashtag. But really seriously though, at the end of the day is like I said, if you're at the 5, 10, 15, 20, 30, 60, doesn't matter. And you link up with somebody again within your area code, because that, even like last week I said that, if you try to, and sometimes people are going to reject you like, no.
Yeah.
These,
You'll get that. You'll get a lot of that.
These are my
Yeah.
50 viewers. Don't touch them.
Yeah, you'll get
Guys, look, if there's one thing I can promise you, I've been rated by some of the biggest in our community. Actually, the biggest in our community. Guardian has, even outside of our community. The end of the day, the truth of the matter is, nobody, I don't care who it is, whether it's Goth, Lyric, whoever, nobody can force any viewer to watch you. Nobody can force anybody to like you. Nobody can push somebody and say, hey, watch this guy or girl. They're really, really nice. At the end of the day, that viewer individually has to find some sort of connection. So if you're looking at it as like, well, I'm kind of scared that this person may take some of my viewership away, that is a very feeble mindset to have, and you need to break that. But
You don't own viewers either. Remember,
Exactly.
you do not own viewers. Just because Dupless the Ghost comes to your channel every single day doesn't mean Dupless the Ghost isn't allowed to go visit probably over 9,000. He's not. If you go, because a lot of streamers are Twitch viewers as well. You can never go to another Twitch streamer's channel and be like, and then let's say you don't see freaking Droptacular in your channel, although Droptacular should be here every day because he's your mod. However, let's say you don't see Droptacular for a week, and you run into Droptacular in Guardian Outpost's channel. Don't whisper him and be like, hey, Drop, what's up, bro? Why haven't you been in my channel? No.
No, don't do that. But
Don't ever do that.
But bet your ass, Drop, you, I will totally hit you with an OMG Scoots face.
Exactly.
But no.
I mean, there's some people you can't do that with because you're close to them, but don't do what I do? I do this little slick trick, and I don't want to. I guess I'm giving away some of my trick.
You're giving away the secret.
a little slick trick that I do. I'll go up to somebody, like let's say Droptacular does come to my channel every single day for about a month. And then I don't see Droptacular for 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, 4 days. I'm like, all right, I haven't seen Droptacular. And then I run into Droptacular in your channel, which I know he's going to be here. I'll be like, hey, Droptacular, what's up, man? Miss you, bro. I miss you so much. Boom. That's just, that's a way to, one, connect with that person because they know, wow, this person, knows me, connects with me, and he actually misses me. It's a good thing. As you grow, it's gonna be tougher and tougher to do that because as you get 100, 200, 300, 400 viewers, it's gonna be tougher and tougher to do that. But at this size, not only do you have to network with other viewers, also get some personal time with some of your viewers, and then if you connect. That's what I'm trying to say. If you connect with some of your viewers, they're gonna be on your corner. They're gonna be in your corner, and then they'll do work for you. You know what I mean? Like a guy like Evil Aura does so much work for me. Evil Aura is always like, "What can we do? We need to get you more viewers in this channel. What do you? I got an idea. I want to do this. I want to do that." I'm like, "Dude, you're a streamer too." It's like, "Don't worry about it. I want your channel to get partnered already." So it's crazy.
It is because you know what? And it's funny you say that because one of those people is actually in my chat right now. He's the guy who kind of introduced me to the OMG Scoots face, and honestly, he was and is still like one of my biggest supporters, and that's SPDN Cholo, who's another streamer. And when I started streaming Destiny, I was fortunate enough to get rated when I had like 2 people, 3 people watching me. And that was by a name which a lot of you guys in my chat have heard multiple times, numerous times, over and over and over again, A2D Blackout. So A2D underscore Blackout, who doesn't really stream much right now, but either way, should totally check him out. And yeah, that's a shameless plug. I don't even care. But like what I said was, he rated me, and he was like, "Yo, I saw you had a green screen. I saw you had an overlay, so I'm gonna come and raid you." I was like, "All right, cool." And from there, a relationship formed. Again, guys, this is where networking comes in hand. And it wasn't like, and you got to remember, Blackout back then had 40 viewers. I had 2. Mm-hmm. I didn't go to Blackout. Blackout kind of came to me, and it just kind of worked out. And I saw a stream, and I was like, "Yo, look." And back then, it wasn't even like I was like trying to farm support or anything like that. It was more like the fact like, "Hey, I saw your overlay. I think I could do something a little bit better for you if you like. Give me a little bit of time. Let me work on something. I don't want money. I don't want anything. I don't want a shout out. I just let me do something for you. You rated me. You gave me like 40 follows, and then the next day I had like 15 viewers instead of 2. Now, guys, don't think that may necessarily happen. That was just something that I was lucky enough for to happen. I was lucky enough to get rated. I was lucky enough that those viewers saw something in me, whatever it was. The dick jokes, the beer drink, I don't know what it was. But either way, I just wanted to, in any way, shape, or form, to try to help somebody pay that favor back. Long story short, made the overlay. He then introduced me to Cholo. Cholo's another guy who was huge in World of Tanks and played Destiny and plays this game and whatnot. The one thing I gotta say about Cholo is Cholo does not give a shit about taking risk. A much braver person than I. And whether that works out or whatnot, who's to judge? But at the end of the day, that's where it comes back to, guys. That's where networking comes, and you build something. That's the thing. Don't go out into networking going, "I want to figure out how to leech off that person." Because if there's anything I could tell you,
you'll get figured out like that. You'll get figured out like that.
You will get figured out so fast. In ill intentions. I'm telling you right now, because I'm able to do it, Guardian's able to do it. You will absolutely be able to read through the bullshit. And I'm not even lying to you. I'm not.
The first couple times will be tough because it's happened to me where I've had people come up to me. They like me. Oh, cool, man. I've never had anybody. liked me before. That's not my family or friends. Um, so it's cool. Sure, you want to help me do stuff, and then it turns out they're just trying to use your name to build what they're trying to do, and and then you got to cut them off, and then boom, you quickly learn shit. I got to protect myself a little bit. I'm sure it happens to 9K, happens to me all the time. I get people coming up to me all the time. Hey, you want a multi? Hey, you want to do this? Hey, why don't you raid me? Hey, why don't you host me? Never ask. Never ask to be hosted. Never ask to be rated. Like I said, and I said earlier, it's all about starting that friendship from the beginning and being friends. Like be friends first.
Yeah.
Aura was my friend first.
Yep.
Aura's now my right hand man. But Aura was my friend first. Aura would come in. He would playfully troll me, and then one day he came up to me. He's like, "Hey man, you wanna just play some Destiny or whatever?" I'm like, "Okay," and we played off stream, and like he didn't even care.
Yep.
I'm like, "Dude, I'm farming for my sword. Do you mind?" Like, I don't give a fuck. I'll farm with you for your sword. I'm like, "Cool." So I was literally farming my sword, and we had a conversation, and boom, and now Aura is like my number one mod, and like my right hand man, and he didn't use me, but through my friendship and through us being friends and us working together, boom. I mean, Aura's now blowing up. He had 70 people in his channel today, and he's on his way to probably becoming a partner streamer, maybe in 6 months or 7 months. So who knows? So and there's other examples that I could cite as well, of people, just being my friend or being 9K's friend or being Lono's friend or being Goth's friend or being whoever's friend, that if you do it the right way, it could help. But if you're just coming in being like, support my stream, shout out my stream, host me, raid me, why don't you support me, man?
Yep.
You know,
I mean, look,
you're going up the wrong way, man.
I've looked at it from both sides of the glass. I've had people who have always had my back. I've had people who have also tried to take advantage. And I don't want to say take advantage, but try to grow because they're like, oh, this guy has 60 people watching him. I only have 20. So what can I do to fix that, right? Yeah. And really, guys, it goes back to don't ever. I mean, really, if there's anything that I can ever tell you, and if there's any sort of advice that I can give you in terms of growing your stream, don't ever fucking forget where you come from. Because I'll tell you right now, like I said, here's you and the person you networked. And you could be here. But guess what? Next week, they're there. And you know what? They're going to turn around and be like, you know what? You forgot about me. You grew, you did this, and all of a sudden I was persona non grata to you. And at the end of the day, guys, really at the end of the day, I will remember that more than the fact that you grew faster than me or you did this than me or whatever. At the end of the day, you want to help, especially it's like your family, right? You're not going to go to your brother or your sister and be like, "Hey, I make 6 figures a year. You only make 20,000. Fuck you." No, you don't want to do that.
Nope.
When your brother and your sister comes to you and says, "Hey, whatever, anything you think you could help me?" I would hope. I know I would, and I'm almost positive David would.
Hell yeah. I'm still the same guy that I was from my first stream.
And
I'm still the same dude. Like I haven't changed anything. I still do my dick jokes. I still call people sexy beasts. I give people birthday sex. I still talk to the first person that ever gave me a donation, which was months ago. I still talk to her. I still talk with her, interact with her, so I'm the same exact dude. Yeah, never forget, because listen, you ain't a celebrity, man. You're just some dude on the internet. You're just some dude on the internet. There's a cat video out there that's way more popular than you. Just remember that. There's a cat video out there.
No, absolutely, absolutely. No, and I always say that to you guys. Look, I'm pretty sure Guardian will agree with me. Look, we're not curing cancer. We're not. No. We're not saving lives. At the end of the day, myself, Guardian, anybody, doesn't matter who it is. We're just here to provide some sort of entertainment, whether it's something that you find amusing, whether you're laughing with us, at us, whatever. We're just here, like you guys, to have a good time and laugh. because
Yep.
there's one thing at the end of the day that we all share in common. A love for gaming, and maybe a love for interaction, and maybe a place to fit in. You know, everybody's got a story. Everybody's got a background. You know what I mean? Not everybody's the popular kid when they were back in school, or maybe they're still in school and they're not the popular kid, and maybe they weren't the athlete, or maybe they weren't smart, or maybe maybe they're the A+ student that got kind of frowned upon. At the end of the day, every person who logs into Twitch and talks in your stream, in another stream, has a story. And that's something I feel like a lot of people sometimes forget. Like, it's not always about you. You know what I mean? Like, you just need to also remember there's everybody else. And if you can get to that point, that's how you can truly grow. If you're so paranoid about losing viewers, or you're so paranoid about this person or that person, or, well, I look in the directory every day, and after my stream, I was here, and that person's there, and I don't want to link up with them because we're neck and neck. It's not a competition.
No, we're all coworkers here, man. It's like we're all doing the same job. We're all trying to grow together. Yeah, yeah. I mean, 100% agree with it. There's really nothing. There really is nothing else. Really nothing else I could add to that. But getting to growing your stream, actually growing your stream. Um, you know, you know, it is all about, networking is one thing.
That's really
Networking is one thing. We'll
that
get
is
off the
fun-
networking
that,
for a while.
that, no, but don't, because in a way that is the most important thing.
Yeah.
But don't network for selfish reasons.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I will tell you right now, no problem. And some of you guys in my chat will know and say, yo, he's not lying. There are certain people I will network with, and there are certain people I won't network with. And it has nothing sometimes to do with viewership. Sometimes it does. Sometimes it's about the fact that, I don't like their angle. If they're a shitty person, it's like God said it best. I will not suggest a restaurant if I will not eat at it.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason why I use Goth a lot is because he is the helm of the ship in the community that myself and Guardian and many of you who know us are from. But
I talked about that. Goth is like a forest, man. There's a goth forest. He's a tree that grew in this field, this empty field, and he dropped all these seeds, and all these seeds are you, me, Lono,
Look, I'll be honest with
Roman,
you. Yep.
T-Rex, and many, many more. All those people on that T-shirt is the goth forest, man. All those people.
I'll tell you right now, I have no shame in admitting that if it wasn't for Goth, I would not have my button today. I would not be streaming today. Guardian maybe would not be streaming today. I don't know who, the one person who really, really, truly inspired me to stream was Goth. Why? Because I saw a lot of similarities. Not because I think I could be the next Goth. I don't care to be the next Goth.
Yeah.
But I like to drink beer. I'm sarcastic as fuck. I like to laugh. I like to fucking rib people. That's what you get here. Guardian is in many ways the same person, but the only difference is sometimes he doesn't drink as much because, well,
it's early in the morning. It's
exactly
just frowned upon for some reason. I gotta start. Somebody told me today about
5 o'clock somewhere.
Somebody told me about breakfast beer today. I gotta look into this breakfast beer.
No, breakfast stout. Breakfast stout.
Breakfast stout. That's what I heard. That's what I heard. I heard about this breakfast stout. I'm gonna have to look into that. And it was, it was goth. I watched goth. Yep. I watched Broman because I got into Twitch streaming because of Destiny. I got into Twitch because of Destiny because I was addicted to this game more than any game I've ever been addicted to. I mean, still to this day, I'm still addicted to this game.
Even as much as we hate it, and
even as much as we complain about the game,
they don't give us what we want.
This is bad. That is bad. Oh my God, we still love it. I mean, so I remember I was addicted to this game, and a buddy of mine, when I was working at this university I was working at, came up to me because I used to just watch YouTube videos. Bife, More Console, Planet Destiny. These guys was what I was watching, and then my buddy came up to me and said, "Hey, check it out. There's this guy live on this website. Playing Destiny live, like he's running the Vault of Glass raid." I'm like, "For real? Cool, I'll check it out." And it was Goth and it was Broman. It was Goth and it was Broman. They were multiing and they were running the Volta Glass raid, and I was like, blew my mind. You know, I even decided, what is this Twitch? Turned out it was Justin.tv, and I remember Justin.tv because I used to use Justin.tv to watch illegal UFC matches all the time. Justin.tv was all about illegal UFC matches.
He's watching those illegal channels. Illegal channels, Mom? What is
Illegal.
that?
Yeah, what is that?
Sock out and everything.
Is there boobies on those channels? No, yeah, I used to watch illegal. I used to watch sporting events. I used to watch UFC matches, soccer matches, things that I couldn't watch here. I would go on Justin.tv. And I told him, like, when did Justin.tv turn into Twitch.tv? This is weird. But it was great. So I was watching, and I'm sitting there going, I could do that. You know, I was in radio. A lot of people don't know I used to work in radio in Miami. I had a sports radio show once a week. I had a sports radio show twice a week. One on Thursday.
That's not why he's wearing the hat, guys.
It was a fantasy football show. Yeah, and I'm wearing the hat because I don't want to. My hair is a mess, and I don't want to comb it. And I had a Saturday show that was very popular, and then I had a show, with a buddy of mine that we used to do. You know, we used to also do. So I had some notoriety, and so I looked at this. I'm like, man, that's kind of like radio, but with video games. I love video games. I'm good at radio. Let's look into this. And then the whole road started. But we're going off tangents, and I know we love doing that.
No, it's fine.
We got about half an hour, so let's get back onto track here. Viewers, let's say you start seeing a modicum of success, and you start seeing more people come into your channel. Don't freak out if one day you're streaming to 40 people, and then the next day you're streaming to 20. Never freak out, because if you freak out, people can see it. The audience goes by your cue. If you hate something, they hate it. You love something, they love it. You know, they're most likely going to agree with you. They're most likely with whatever you say, because they're there to see you and they like you. And you know, you always got to be in control. So if you see one day you're streaming to 40 people, first of all, don't get too high and don't get too low. And so let's say you go right back up to 40, and then it goes right back down to 20. Don't freak out, man. Just keep doing your thing. You know, I always say that streamers have schedules, but so do viewers. Viewers have schedules as well. They'll watch you from such and such time to such and such time, and then they'll watch someone else from such and such time to such and such time. So never freak out. Never freak out about your viewers. Kind of have an attitude of like, I don't kind of care how many viewers I have in here. I'm just gonna kind of do me. I'm just gonna kind of do me. So, never freak out about your viewers. Never be like, oh man, I was streaming 3 days in a row to 50 people. Now I can't get back above 25. Ebbs and flows. My God. I mean, if I can't explain something more better, is the waves. Twitch comes out at waves. There's sometimes where you just can't do nothing wrong. You're getting follow after follow, host after host, viewer after viewer. Like, where are these people coming from? And then you go down the wave. You're down the bottom of the wave. Where's everybody? I can't get past. I can't get any new follows. I can't get any new viewers. Where is everybody? Never worry about that. It's just keep doing you, keep networking, keep working hard, and always just concentrate on the people that are there. You don't have to. Don't fight the war with the army you don't have. Fight the war with the army you do have. So if you're used to streaming in front of 50 people and all you got is 25, dude, just thank those 25 people for being there, because then it'll be unfair. You're streaming in front of 25 and then you're thinking about the 25 they're not there. That's unfair to the 25 that are in there right now.
And that's awesome that you say that, because look, I have a button. I made it. I make the Twitch money that everybody thinks and whatnot. And I will tell you right now, I get hung up on it. And it's really easy. And guys, and look, Guardian and I can both agree, it's really easy to say, don't do this, don't do that. But often, at least for me, I get caught doing it. If I stream, I'm a day streamer. That's my niche, because that's where I've been for the last 14 months. My days off from work, I'm on Twitch. I treat Twitch like I went to work. I get on, hey, I'm off today. Great. I'm online, I'm streaming, right? I see a drop off because as much as people are going to tell you, don't worry about the numbers, don't worry about this. Look, we're human. There's things, you know, and if you didn't care, you wouldn't be on Twitch for attention. That's why we're on. That's why, you know, everybody has that desire in some way for some sort of attention, and I see the drop off at a certain time in the day, and it bums me out. And like you said, if you're bummed out, your viewership is going to bum out because
Yeah.
they're going to be like, well, this guy is not really like having fun.
They'll bum out with you. They'll
Yep.
bum out with you. You know, and then
Um,
then your chat's dead. Then
Yep.
you've made somebody's day worse. Because remember, they're there to watch you. So many people come up to 9K and myself most likely, dude, you make my day.
Yep.
Dude, you've helped me through this. Dude,
Yep.
you've helped me through that.
Yep.
So if we're helping people through their issues, we gotta push our issues aside
Yep.
and just keep trudging along and keep doing the thing, man.
Which is why, in a way, my late night stream, because I've been off a lot lately, the last couple of weeks. If I know I'm not having work the next day, you know what? I'm gonna jump online at 12 at midnight Eastern, and what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna play whatever I want to play because I already know I'm already outside my window, and that goes kind of back to the whole networking thing. So the first thing is networking. The second thing is finding your time window. And I mean that in the sense of like a TV show. We all watch certain shows on TV. Whether it's football, whether it's hockey, baseball, a certain reality show, just maybe even a normal, just regular, you know, script written TV show. You
Yep.
know what day of the week, every week you have a new episode. And I'm not talking about
Or you know when it's gonna be DVR'd.
yeah, or you know when it's going to be DVR. And I'm not talking about like keeping a schedule because sometimes the reality is everybody's like, "Oh, keep a schedule." Sometimes a schedule just will not work for you. And I'm somebody who could show you that a guy who does not have a schedule can still, in the sense of getting a button, succeed.
Yeah.
If that's success for you, yeah, I could do it. You could do it. You're no different than me. But you got to keep in mind sometimes you got to but that's networking. Like every day that I can't stream during the day, you bet your ass I'm putting out a tweet. Hey, just a reminder, I know I already said this 1700 times, or for namesake 9,000 times.
Uh,
I'm not going to be streaming today. I'm building in Brooklyn. Maybe I'll see you tonight. You put that out there. If they follow you on Twitter or something like that, great, they got the answer. Okay? But always, always, always make sure that, like, you find your realm. But find the realm that works for you. If you're a daytime streamer because that's the window that works for you, stick to that.
yep.
But don't get upset when, hey, guess what? I'm a daytime streamer. And again, trust me, some of you guys even saw it last night. I was a little bummed out. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna pretend that I'm holier than thou. But last night I was doing a late night stream and I was a little bummed out. Chat was quiet. Maybe the viewership wasn't what I wanted it to be, or maybe there was not enough hype. But I streamed anyways because I have a good time. But you know, at the end of the day, guess what? I may not have had 100 viewers, 80 viewers, 90 viewers, whatever that number that I normally have is. But I had 20, 30 people, and that's a partner streamer going, well, I had 20, 30 people, and people are like, oh, a partner streamer with 20 or 30 viewers?
Oh, how dare
Take
you.
his sub button away. But you know what? Somebody reminded me last night, look, you're playing a game that you don't play normally. It's a new game. People watch you for this game.
Yeah.
And sometimes you have to.
That's another topic for another stream. That's because that one we could get into
Yep.
that one.
Yep.
I want to come back and we could talk about that one. We could like spend a longer time on that one. But now
you
on
need
the
to
other
gut
side of the
check.
spectrum, you're not a guy that super keeps a schedule. But I'm an old school broadcaster guy.
Yep.
I do keep a schedule. 6 a.m. every single morning. I am on. Every single morning I am on. You know, I used to say the joke, "Hey, Guardian, why do you start at 6 a.m.?" Well, I always wanted a morning show, so I gave myself one.
There you
but
go.
The real truth is, I was working with my wife at the time when I first started streaming. I was working with my wife at her company, and I would start working with her at 9 a.m. So I told her at 9 a.m. and then I had a night job that I worked. And yeah, I consider and quickly to say this is a job. You know, my mom sometimes asks me, "Hey, you working today?" Yeah, I'm working today. Why aren't you working? Oh, you mean at the radio station? No, I did my Twitch thing. Oh, whatever. She rolls her eyes.
Yeah, yep,
But
yep,
it is,
yep,
but
yep,
it is
yep,
a
yep,
job.
yep. My wife
But
does
it,
it too.
but it is a job. So, I started at 6 a.m. and then 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. was my shift. Was 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. was that's it. I'd be done at 9 a.m. because I would go work with my wife. My wife started seeing that I was growing. I was growing. I was growing. Kept getting more viewers. Kept getting more followers. And my wife one day told me, "You know what? Don't even worry about this place. In fact, just show up when you need to show up one day." And then I extended to 11. But still, 6 a.m. It became the thing. Everybody knows me at 6 a.m. When I take days off, or when my wife went out of town. My wife went out of town a few months ago. She was gone for 5 days. I had to start my stream at 9 a.m. instead of 6 a.m. I would start at, for those 3 hours that I wasn't on, my Twitter was blowing up. Where are you, Guardian? Oh my God, we miss you. Ah, and I'm like, guys, it's only 3 hours. I can't live with my 3 hours. I can't live with myself for 3 hours. I'm like, what? Are you guys serious?
Yep.
Let's just relax. Like, okay, I'll be there. But it's true. People come to know that I'm there 6 a.m. every single day. So it works both ways. You know, you don't have to follow a schedule, but you can be roundabout about it.
Yep.
If you start if you start every day, if you could start every day aroundish 3,
Yep.
start every day aroundish 3. That probably works for that works for 9K. For me, 6 a.m. every single morning. Boom, 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 boom. That works. That works every single day for me. 6 a.m.
And it's true because again, like I said, I'm a daytime streamer. Guardian's an early morning streamer. I'm sure if Guardian streamed late afternoon, early evening.
I get nobody in there because nobody expects me to be there.
But
Yeah.
it's not. But it even goes beyond that. You guys got to keep in mind, right? Twitch. All right. So I live on the East Coast. Guardian lives on the East Coast. David lives on the East Coast, right? So you got to keep in mind. Right now, for us, it's 7:51. We are gonna wrap this up in a few minutes, and we're gonna go to the bar, place to have some food.
I'm going
and
to a
get
Mexican
loaded,
restaurant, drink some
right?
tequila. Yeah.
But the fact of the matter is, we're on the East Coast. Some people know us from the West Coast. Some people know us from the Midwest. Some people know us from the UK, et cetera, et
I'm
cetera.
huge in Australia because when I stream, it's prime time in Australia.
And that's exactly what I was going to go with. He is huge in Australia. Maybe I'm huge on the East Coast and the West Coast. You know what I mean? So when he's streaming at night or when I'm streaming at night, maybe Australia's just starting to wake up. I don't really know the exact time frame. But again, that is something you have to keep in mind.
Worldwide, we're worldwide.
But I do have one question to answer because somebody wrote it in Discord. Some streamers put a lot of work into their work. I'll take it as streaming, but don't have the same luck. Is there a point? Is there a point at which you think some streamers shouldn't stream? That was my question. And I'm gonna answer it, and then I'm gonna let Gardner answer it because again, we're two.
What's the
different
question?
people.
At some point, is there
So basically, the thing was a lot of streamers. Some streamers put a lot of time and effort into their stream, but maybe still don't grow, or they're not lucky enough, or whatever the case may be. Is there ever a point they shouldn't stream? The only thing that I could say to that is I cannot tell you when to stop streaming. I cannot tell you when it's time to say, hey, you know what? I tried. I took off my armor, my buffer, my shield, my Titan bubble, and I stepped out and was like, hey, this is me. I'm done. I can't tell you that. That's the honest answer. I can't tell you when it's time to maybe say, hey, you know what? I tried. This didn't work for me. The only thing I can tell you is if it becomes more negative for you than positive, then maybe it's time to not necessarily stop streaming, but maybe you just need a break. Maybe you're burnt out. Maybe you need a different game. And we didn't touch on this, and I know we're limited on time. We're only going to go for maybe at most another like 20 minutes. The one thing I wanted to touch upon in growing your stream, and again, this is my opinion. Guardian's going to maybe have a different one. David's going to have a different one. My thing is this. As much as it sucks, as much as you may get your teeth kicked in, and I use that term a lot. A lot of people are like, hey, 9K, you're going to play Division? It's going to come out tomorrow. I will always try, more often than not, stay to my home base. And my home base is what I mean is my game. And then maybe later in the day when I already know viewership's going to be a little squirrely, it's going to dip late at night when nobody's like, oh my God, 9K's on? I didn't know because I was sleeping. I was sleeping and I was cuddling with my pillow.
I like this guy. I need to hear more of this character one of these days.
That guy, he's delicious. What I say is, you got to find a game. You got to find a game you're going to like. And some people are going to say, no, that's not the answer. Stream what makes you happy. Play the game that makes you happy. I'm going to tell you honestly, why I think I got partnered. There's two reasons why I think I got partnered. I was fortunate enough to do something that helped me network.
He was going to beat everybody up at Twitch. They're all nerds. He was going to
Exactly.
go over there and beat them up.
Nerds. I was fortunate enough to do something that through networking. Again, going back to what Guardian said, that got me on the front page for 8 hours. But I was already established, and that's why they accepted me. And I got to do something that was to raise money for somebody else other than myself. And I did that. That gave me some growth. And then I stayed with the game that I enjoyed to play, where everybody else was like, hey, I'm already wherever I am. I wanted to grow a little bit, but I also got to treat this, whatever it is, and do that. And they expanded, and I got to capitalize on the people that were kind of felt like they were maybe left behind, because they may love the streamer in which they watch, but at the end of the day, they were like, well, he or she's not streaming that game right now, and I really want to watch that game. And this person's good enough for me for the time being, or hey, I didn't know this person streamed this game. Let me watch him or her. And it's like, oh my God, I didn't know that there was somebody else that could entertain me. The fact of the matter is, I stayed home. I didn't run away to another house, an apartment, a high rise in the city. I just was like, you know what? I'm going to stay here. And I feel like that's why I got partnered. The one thing I can tell you right now, if there's anything I can tell you, is networking and is most important. Find your home base. Variety streaming is very, very hard. It's very hard.
Yeah.
It'll maybe make you, the person that's playing the game, happy because today I'm going to play Destiny and tomorrow I'm going to play Overwatch and then the next day Battleborn and then the day after that Division. But you got to keep in mind, if you pick up 20 followers today and you're playing Destiny, but tomorrow you're playing CSGO, those 20 followers may come in. You're not going to see them unless you're actively watching your viewer lists. And they're going to come in and be like, wait, this isn't Destiny. CSGO? I'm out. And they're going to leave. They may unfollow you. And they may just say, hey, I'll watch this person later. But at the end of the day, variety streaming is awesome. It's great.
There are a bunch of people out there that made it man versus game.
Yep.
Like a man versus game.
Exactly.
It's hard.
But that's the exception, not the rule.
Yeah.
I feel like at the end of the day, you got to build a strong base. It's like a house, right? You don't just build a house. You build a foundation. And even I am, and Guardian is, a lot of people are building foundations. And people could turn around and be like, well, what do you mean, 9K? You got a button. What do you mean? Well, guess what? I have a button. That's great. That's awesome. Whatever.
Having a button's not the end-all, be-all. Definitely not.
I say it all the time.
It's just a start.
Streaming right till you get to your button, that is the normal mode raid. And we're going to go back to Destiny.
Not even normal mode raid. Yeah. That's level 1 to level 40. That's it. Then once you get to level 40, you got your button. Now comes the end game.
I like that.
Now comes normal mode raid, hard mode raid, Trials of Osiris, all that, Iron Banner, all that stuff. Challenge mode, everything.
But I agree with that. In a way, you're not wrong, because I never looked at it that way. I always looked at it, I was like, normal mode is getting there, but I always
because normal mode, because when you get your button, normal mode is when everybody's in your normal mode. Everybody runs right through it. Everybody runs right through normal mode. You get your button. You run normal mode. You get a whole bunch of subs. your first month. This happens all the time. It happens to everybody. Everybody gets a whole bunch of subs their first month. Your second month, hard mode rate is out because a lot of those people that subscribe to your first month are most likely, half of them will go away.
Ain't that the truth?
Half of them will go. I know. You've told me. I know from others have told me that from month 1 to month 2, it's like night and day. So that's when you really gotta start.
Well, it's like many people. So many people ask me, "Are you gonna quit your job? Are you gonna do this full time?" No. I gotta get to a certain point. I got a mortgage. I got a wife and a puppy dog. David has a wife and a little girl who I was fortunate enough to see before we started broadcasting. At the end of the day, yeah, we play a video game. Yeah, we're eccentric, animated, funny, serious.
We show our D's.
Show our big D's. But really, at the end of the day, we're just like you. We really are. And that's why I always said, if you even have the smallest ounce to get into streaming, do it. Try it. I'm not going to be like, no, don't, because you may be better than me. No, you got to get out of that mindset. And it really is fucked because a lot of people think that way. They do. And if there's anything that I could ever say that is refreshing in the sense of Twitch, and this goes beyond Destiny because the mindset might have started in Destiny because the guy at the helm established that. If there's one thing that I could say that I am proud to have learned through streaming, was to kind of set my senpai to be Goth. Goth will just fucking help anybody he can. You know what I mean? There are many partner streamers, I being one of them, and streamers who may not be partnered yet. Maybe they're on their way, or maybe they're right at that cusp. But guess what? He has rated them. He didn't need to. He could have been like, well, guys, guess what? It's end of stream. We're gonna go see this person because he's my best friend. No, sometimes he does that, and sometimes he's like, yo, you know what? Let's go break somebody's shit. This guy's got 40, 30, whatever people watching him. Go break his shit. And I can tell you right now, wholeheartedly, I've cried on stream because of a Goth raid.
He does that.
You know what I mean? And I was fortunate enough to be raided, and people are like, yo, I've been here since the Goth raid and whatnot. And there's other people who have also been raided where I was fortunate enough to be part of that raid just from watching him when I was offline, and they too are now partnered. It's not a guarantee. It's not a rite of passage. It's just a.
You got to work harder. When you start getting noticed, is when you have to start working harder.
Yep.
Because just because you're being noticed by people doesn't mean, well, I can sit back and fan my balls now. I'm good to go. People are noticing me. Goth rated me. Here comes the gravy train.
Yep.
No, that because I've seen a lot of people get rated by Goth and don't do shit with it.
Yep.
They don't do anything with it. Yep. They're right back to where they were. The next day, they're right back to where they were. And then on the opposite side of the spectrum, I've seen people get rated by Goth and grow. Use that and then grow. 9K, Angry Iceberg, K Magic 101 now is like this close to freaking being partnership because he's got Goth in his corner. So, when you're starting to get noticed by the senpai of senpais, like people like to say, then that's when you got to start working harder. Going back to the question, because I do want to answer the question that person posted.
Go ahead.
About when you because we got a couple minutes here.
Yep.
About when to stop streaming. Unless it's harming your family and you, don't stop streaming. Unless you see that you've put your whole life into streaming. You've spent $5,000 on equipment to do it, and then you see 6 months, 7 months in, nothing's happening. And you're hurting your family. You can't pay bills. Your internet gets cut. Your light gets cut. Your car gets they're threatening to repo your car. Okay, maybe it's time to quit and look for something else to help you get back above water, and then maybe one day revisit the stream. But however, 3 months earlier than that, if you don't see any growth, then just change up what you're doing. What are you doing? Take stock. What am I doing? What am I doing that's not getting people in here? Am I not networking enough? Am I not streaming enough? Am I not streaming the long enough? Am I not streaming the right game? Now you can stream as for a game, yeah, find your game that you like and then yeah, stick to it. But be sure you like the game. Don't stream League of Legends because you want to get 1,000 people in your channel and you fucking hate League of Legends. Like, I fucking hate League of Legends, but this gets me 1,000 people, so here I am playing League of Legends. No. You know, if you like freaking Ratchet and Clank, stream Ratchet and Clank every fucking day until somebody realizes that you're the Ratchet and Clank guy, or you're the Uncharted guy, or you're the freaking, the culling or whatever. You know, stream whatever game, you like. And then, because then if you stream a game that you like, you're gonna show passion for it. If you're streaming Smite, you're gonna be like, well, here I am, playing Smite right now. Hi guys,
I'm just gonna go here and just cast the spell.
Cast a spell right here. No, stream a game that you like. If you like freaking Ratchet and Clank or Drake's Uncharted, play Drake's Uncharted or Ratchet and Clank.
But you gotta stick with it. You gotta stick with it.
And then you gotta stick with it, because then people see like, oh man, look at that freaking kill I just got on Drake's Uncharted. People will they'll come along with you and they'll show the passion, and then yeah, and that is a thing for non-partnered streamers. Is tough, man, because I'm known for Destiny. On Sundays I like to start my streams with Destiny and then end with another game.
Yep.
Of course, when I'm done with Destiny, I'll be like, all right guys. Because on this past Sunday, what I did is I streamed the Uncharted collection. I was like, all right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and stop streaming Destiny now. I'm going to stream a different game. I put on Drake's Uncharted collection. A lot of people were like, oh, Guardian, cool to see you. The viewers went down.
Yep.
The viewers went down. But that was fine. That was fine. I was still having fun. I just wanted to do something different for a while. But I knew come the next day, I was going to be back on Destiny. I was going to be back on Destiny. But that's how I suggest you do it, though. If you're gonna do it that way. Start your day off with the game that you're known for, and then end it with a game that you're not known for. You never know. People might stick. In fact, what happened was I was at about 80 viewers, and I went down to 60. So I actually didn't lose that many. I only lost 20. So those 20 that I lost were probably people that don't normally watch me anyway. We're probably just watching to watch Destiny. And then I still had 60 people in there. All of them were like, I love this game. Oh man, I remember playing this game. Oh dude, I remember it from PS3. And so sometimes you might get the nostalgia, but definitely, man, having a home base. People don't know that Goth was actually known for Borderlands for a long time. He was a Borderlands guy, and then he decided to, get into Destiny, and boom, that's where his shit blew up, and he became the guy that we know now. But definitely, if you're hurting your family, stop streaming. If you're hurting your family, definitely stop streaming, but have a home base, stick to it, and remember, have fun. We haven't said that yet, but have fun.
No, and I agree with that. Like he said, I do the same thing. Every day, especially Tuesday to Thursday, and a lot of you guys will see that I struggle, especially right now where we are with the game that I choose to play, which is Destiny. I'm a PvP, PvE guy, but PvP is always something different. You match up right now with somebody, guess what? That game may go this way or it may go that way. You may crush them or you may get your shit pushed in. But really,
you ever had your shit pushed in?
Drop your coat and grab your toes. I'm gonna show you where the wild goose goes. But what happens is, I like PvP because of that. But if I go into the King's Fall raid, it's like, all right, well, here we go. This week is the Golgoroth challenge. We're just going to try to get everybody to get the gaze. And I'm fine with that. But sometimes, and just like a lot of you guys are, you're going to lose a little bit of yourself because you're like, well, I like this game. I love this game. I just need something different. And as a streamer, you got to keep in mind, you're going to be held to a different standard, right? As a viewer, guess
people
what?
Tag me. Yep. People teabag me all the time, thinking they killed. Whoa! I killed Guardian Outpost. Whoa! And then on my stream, I constantly say, "I'm not good at PvP, guys. I'm terrible at PvP." And then guys are like teabagging me. I'm like, this guy probably thinks he just killed like a top streamer. Like you did it. You just killed this another dude who sets
Reddit,
a PvP.
We made it.
We made it, ma! I killed GuardianOutpost. And I want to answer Papa Nick Fresh's question real quick.
I didn't even see it.
He says, I feel I get more viewers when I play other games because the Destiny directory is so saturated. True, it is saturated. But that's where you got to establish yourself in a
That's
place.
where, but that's where the grind comes, right? So
yeah.
we call it the grind, right? So that's like the code word, right? For streamers to talk to other streamers if we don't want anything out of it, right? So like if I go to Guardian stream, right? Guardian's gonna shout me out, and if he doesn't, Evil Aura sure as hell is gonna fucking
Can't control
do
that
it.
guy. Evil
You,
Aura's
you
just gonna
can't, you
stutter.
can't.
Yeah. Can't control
And
that
I
guy.
got people that even I will do it to, right? That goes back to the beginning topic, networking, and that's not about like, well, I want it because like like again, this is where we go. We have two sides of the spectrum right here, but it doesn't make a streamer any better than the other.
No.
I have a button right now, wink, wink. Guardian does not. If I had it my way, Guardian would have his button like 6 months ago. But I don't work at Twitch.
I didn't deserve it 6 months ago yet.
But that's the way it works.
3 months ago, maybe.
I have a relationship with Guardian. We have a lot in common. And it goes beyond this game. We like to laugh. We have the same fucking like crude humor. He'll send me a fucking weird ass GIF on Twitter and be like, "Hey, did you see my DM?" I'm like, "What are you talking about?"
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, "Oh my god, I'm fucking done. I'm fucking done." But that's where networking comes in. It's not about like in the beginning you may just want to try to interact, and that's why we always say don't just try to network with somebody who has similar viewership just to do it. Watch them a little bit. Do you feel like you could do you feel like that person could be your friend? Do you feel like you could tell that person, hey, you know, right now my wife's giving me a lot of heat, or my girlfriend's mad at me, or whatever, like, you know what I mean? It's like, oh, it's just a video game, but it goes beyond that. You got to think about like beyond that. Like if you're gonna really start to link up with these people, you got to find some sort of common ground. And the people who I network with, Guardian Outpost being one of them and whatnot, like I do, like I'll totally send Guardian Outpost a fucking picture of my X-ray and be like, yo, I fucked up my hip. Ignore the picture of my schwanz in the photo, but do you look at that?
I didn't need to see your. I didn't need to see your balls, bro. I didn't need to see your
But
balls.
that's what I mean. But that's what I'm trying to like. If there's anything that I can like, really stress, and Guardian said it best is networking. Outside of networking, it's finding your home. And sometimes you may be like, hey, this game just doesn't do it for me. That's fine, but you have to understand, it comes with a little bit of like repercussions. If you leave your game, some person be like, oh, this person went live. Oh, they're not playing the game I want to watch. And then that's it. They're out. And you don't know about it. And it's just like, whatever. But then there's also the other side. You could do everything right. You could be like, I stream this game every day. I love this game. I try to be hype. I'm not going anywhere. But then sometimes you may need to change up. Not necessarily the game, but maybe you need to spread your horizons. Hey,
What you could do is don't play the game when you're off stream. You got a little time. You got a little time for yourself. Play another game while you're off stream. You know what I mean?
I'll tell you right now, he's right. He's right because Triple Wreck does that, and I'll build on that because we only have a few minutes left. But I'll let him finish that thing. But that's something that Triple Wreck does. A lot of people go, "Oh, Triple Wreck dodges a lot. He does this. He does that." I know firsthand that Triple Wreck does play another game offline. So go on with that statement, and then I'll
just go ahead and play another game offline. I was gonna stream Division, but I didn't. I mean, I streamed it a few days, but I'm like, just wasn't the game for me. But I did play it offline. I kept playing it offline just to relax. I played Tomb Raider offline just to relax. You know, I'm still playing. You know, I played Uncharted on Sunday, but I'm still playing it today because I want to get through the game because I'll probably stream Uncharted 4. I think that game is friggin' awesome. So yeah, play other games. You know, sometimes people might feel like, oh, that game is, that game feels like it's work to me. It's work to me. Well, then you know what? You just get away from it. Play another game. You know, there's obviously a whole lot of other games, and just relax. Take your mind off of it. Take a day off if you have to. You know, take a day off. You don't have to. You know, it's okay to take a day off. We're all humans. I mean, when you're having a tough time at work, at a job, like say you're an accountant, if you want to take a day off, I'm gonna use one of my personal days, or I'm gonna use one of my sick days. and I'm gonna get away from my job, and so it's always good to sometimes
Yep.
just to get away from it.
And I agree with that. And we're gonna start to wrap this up. Um, Building off of that is, like I said, like Triple Rec, right? So Triple Rec and I had or I should say, I had the luxury to hang out with Triple Rec at PAX East this year, and
Oh, I met him at PAX South. He is the best.
he is the best. He really is. What you see on stream is what you see in person. And we were all breaking his balls and whatnot. And long story short, it was like, oh, he dodges. The fact of the matter is, Triple Rec actually plays games almost all day long. And what is he doing when he's off stream? He was basically right now in Triple X and be like, this motherfucker ruined it and fucking blew up my spot. But he's been playing a lot of Paragon, which he does stream from time to time and etc. But why is he not streaming it, right? So Triple X has this standard that he needs to meet. And I'm not saying that you need to do that, but some people establish those standards. Basically, long story short, is he wants to play Paragon. He wants to be the best at it, right? So what happened was, he basically was like, "Yo, I want to be the best at this game that I feel I could be, and until I get to that point, I'm not gonna stream it." So what does he do? He plays Destiny. He will maybe sometimes he'll dabble in Paragon, whatever, but he just grinds and grinds and grinds and grinds. Sometimes that's what you may need to do too. Maybe you need to find your niche, right? Like Guardian said, Goth was a Borderlands guy who then eventually was like, "Hey, Destiny's coming out, a little similar, a little different. It's got a different look. I'm gonna roll the dice and take that chance." Not to say that you shouldn't or that you should, but that's something to keep in mind.
Spazzy.
Yep.
Spazzy went from Destiny to Fallout, got
Yep.
partnered because I remember having a conversation with her. She wasn't growing. She was seeing a
Yep.
bunch of streamers around her same size, getting their sub button, and she wasn't getting it. She was all upset, and she's like, you know what? I'm gonna try Fallout. And what happened? She streamed Fallout. Her viewership went from like 80 to 200 to 200. Boom, boom, partnership. And sometimes sometimes it just happens for you.
Yep.
Going back to the thing, it's all about luck. We got lucky, you and I,
Yep.
9K.
Yep.
We got lucky that Division is dead. Division is basically almost dead. Almost.
Well, we got lucky and we didn't because
We got lucky because Division
yeah,
Division
but
died.
But we did what we did because Division was good because a lot of the big guys left to go to try it out, so we grew. But then they came back, and now whatever. But
Well, the thing is, though, a lot of people got an appreciation for Bungie and for Destiny for what they've done because of all the problems Division has had. Division, Ubisoft thought, oh, this is going to be easy. We're not going to make the mistakes that Bungie did. We're going to do it differently. And boy, I mean,
Yep. Well,
they got to
everybody-
rebuild. They got to rebuild their game. You have no idea how many people come to my stream that, hey, I'm new here. I'm new here.
Yep.
I'm glad that I found you, man. I'm glad that I'm back to Destiny.
Yep.
I played Division for like 3 months or 2 months, and man, I have an appreciation for Destiny again. I dropped Destiny for 3 months, but now I'm playing Destiny again. Now I'm playing Destiny again. Now I'm playing Destiny. So we've gained people. I mean, there was a point there. There was a point there while Division was still the it game where only 4,000 total people were watching Destiny. 4,000 total. It's jumped back up to about like 12,000, 15,000 people watching Destiny again. So sometimes it's luck, man. Sometimes it's luck.
Sometimes it is, and sometimes it's like if the game fails or whatever, it could go two ways. But really, at the end of the day, what I say is, it all depends because some people, like I said, some people will grow from it, some people will lose viewership. Like, for example, is the Taken King when it came out, I was like, oh, I'm going to use this as an opportunity to grow. And I thought, like, oh my God, Taken King is going to bring a lot of people back into Destiny. No. And I got buried. I got killed.
Same here. Same here.
My wife was like, what's wrong? Like, why are you downstairs already? I was like, nobody's watching me. And again, but I kept trucking along and I kept grinding along. And then a couple months later, I got partnered. But that's why I always say, like, it's important to kind of stay the course and keep focus. But new games will come out. Some
Oh
games will
yeah, I
lose
got buried
viewership.
as well, taking King. I
Yep.
remember I was averaging at the time because I was still brand new at that time. I was averaging at the time about 20, 25 viewers, and I thought, wow, here comes Taking King. I should see maybe 50 viewers. That would be cool. Man, if I got 3 viewers that day, it was a miracle because I got buried by the big boys and
Yep.
everybody and their mother was streaming it. The day of the April update, same thing happened to me again. April update, before the update dropped from 6 a.m. to 1 p.m., man, I was killing it because that day the incursions for Division came out. There was the
Yep.
Division directory was up to the top. Destiny was a little down, but I reaped the benefits, man. I had a great day. Then 1 o'clock hit. Then the update hit.
Yep.
Oh my God,
Yep.
right back down to 20 viewers, and I'm like, well, I expected. You know what? It was kind of relaxing though because I got to just play the game. So I'm just sitting there going, "Well, this is kind of cool." There's nobody in here. Mostly people just lurking or probably playing the game. So I literally just stopped talking to stream. I was just playing the game. It felt like the olden days. All right.
All
Well,
right.
my
So,
wife just walked in
yep,
here. Let's
yep, yep.
wrap this up and get on out of here,
Mine
man.
just did too. So I'm gonna wrap it up with this, and then I'm gonna give it to Guardian to wrap up. So, key factors. It doesn't necessarily mean that this is the recipe to grow your stream, but networking within your realm is a key point. The second key point is do not forget those who you networked with, and do not forget those who might have helped you, whether they were a little bit bigger or whatnot, or maybe they were a little bit smaller, but their viewers kind of gravitated towards you. Don't forget those who helped you. Don't bite the hand that feeds you. And pick something and stick with it. I know a lot of people are gonna be like, "Oh, stream what you want, whatever." My opinion is find the game that makes you happy and then stick to it and grow with it. Whether or not it's overnight success or whether or not it's whatever, but you got to pick something. And then maybe, like Guardian said, towards the end, start to like, hey, I'm going to stream 8 hours, say. So I'm going to do 6 hours of that game, and the last 2 hours, I'm going to play something else. That's fine. But don't just be like, hey, tonight I'm doing this, tonight I'm doing that, tonight I'm doing this, tonight I'm doing that. I'm telling you right now, yeah, it'll be more fun for you, but if you're trying to grow and grow your audience, it's not going to be as fun because if that's what you're basing your fun off of, like I do. I'm sorry. I will be honest with you right now. I'm the type of person that goes, hey, I'm streaming for 10 hours today, but I want chat to talk to me because I could play a game. Well, you could play a game. Guardian could play a game. Anybody could play a game. But if you're looking for interaction and doing things and building and growing and doing all this stuff, hopping around games isn't going to do it for you. But for me, if I cared that much about the game I was playing, guess what? I would just hold up, stop broadcast, do this, whatever, right? I'd end the stream and just be done. But it's not about that for me. For me, it's the chat, it's the interaction, it's the laughing. Yo, whatever. I farted today and I didn't know I was gonna shit my pants, and I totally farted and shit my pants. And then I laugh about it and we all make jokes. For me, that's what it's about. But those are like the key things. Like I said, network, stick to a game, don't forget where you came from, and I guess really for that, those are like the three things if you could take from that. Do those, and then I'm gonna give it over to Guardian, and then that's how we're gonna send this off.
I mean, not much to add, not much to add to that. I really agree. Also, try and keep a schedule. Try. If you can. If you can only stream from 3 o'clock to 7 o'clock, then do it. Do 3 o'clock to 7 o'clock that day, and try to stick to that. Consistency still helps. Being consistent and knowing that people, because if you're streaming different hours a day every day, you're not, you're not gonna gain anybody because people are not going to follow you around. Plus, the audiences are different throughout the day. So consistency is key. But really, I have nothing else to add to that other than, thank you to all your viewers that
thank you.
followed me tonight, man. Friggin', you guys are great. Remember, I stream every morning, 6 a.m. Eastern time, so I'm not infringing on probably over 9,000's time.
It's not even infringing.
more than enough time to hang out with me, and then you can go on over to 9K when he starts. It's gonna be the 9K pregame show.
And where can we find you? Give us all your
Twitch.tv,
info.
Twitch.tv/GuardianOut. Everything is GuardianOutpost. Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, Guardian Outpost. Twitch.tv/Guardian Outpost. Twitter, Guardian Outpost. Everything is Guardian Outpost. My gamer tags, Guardian Outpost. PSN, Xbox One if you want to play. Again, 6 a.m. Eastern time every single morning, Monday through Friday. Guys, thank you for the follows, and thank you, Nike. I'm definitely coming back to this, man. This is gonna be freaking awesome.
Thank you, man. And again, guys, thank you guys for watching us tonight. We are by no means the end-all, be-all of Twitch, but this is just our.
There's no
outlook on
handbook.
it.
There's no
no
handbook.
handbook.
I spoke to the Mavs show at PAX South, and we talked for like 25 minutes. We're like, there's no handbook to this thing.
Yep.
Everybody has their story, but you could take what Probably says, you could take what I say, and we could take what other people say, mash it up together, and maybe something good comes out of it.
But if we can help you in the least bit, guys, that was our goal. Even if it's just for motivational purposes, whether a week from now you're like, yo, you know what, I stuck to this game and it worked out, then the both of us did our job. And if we didn't, then you can tell us to go fuck ourselves. But guys, we're gonna go enjoy Cinco de Mayo.
I'm out of beer too. I gotta go get more beer.
Yeah, I'm out of beer too. My wife is about to rage out on me.
My wife just came in here and said, "I need you to change into your pants."
Exactly. I gotta go change in my pants too. Guys, have a great night. Thank you so much for watching. Until next week, guys. Thank you again. This is the Guardian Outpost and I signing off. Going to get liquored up and eat some probably bad food. We will both see you guys tomorrow. Thank you for everything. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for the follows to both of us. Have a great night. Peace.
Peace out, guys. See you.